Welcome back to the Diabetic Diet Show. Today's Italian meal is going to be turkey for the meat, a pasta for cheese. We have the Parmesan, both the packaged or you can shred your own. It has celery, onions, garlic, tomato sauce, and spices. So let's get started. The first thing I need to do is the pasta. So let's get the pasta heating, the water. And turn that little rascal up to high. Next is going to be the noodles. So with the water boiling, you take the noodles. I do a handful per person. Maybe a little extra. Okay? Now, let those boil. I'm cooking the turkey in an oil. I'm using peanut oil. Put some in the bottom of the pan. I actually have a measurement for that. If you'd like to get the measurements on all this stuff, it's going to be at my website, which is jamestdds.blogspot.com. Now, while that heats up, let's go ahead and start on some things that we need to get cut up. So let's start out with the celery. I've washed it already. Just need to trim it. Now, I have about as much as I want with just this here to cook up. The rest of it I'm going to save for topping. So a lot of these meals you want to have a little something to put up on top. There we go. Scraper. Into the hot oil. Save the topping. Cut up your onion. I like to hold on to the top of the onion and cut down at an angle. And the more time you want to take, the finer you can get these cuts. You want to hold off on putting the garlic in for a minute or two to get this other stuff hot and going. Then I just cut around the outside like this. I know it looks kind of crazy. This is how they do it in restaurants. And you end up with a core in the center, just like an apple. I'm going to take about a handful of this out, and I'm going to put that aside to be saved. after you get your pan warm, you have to make sure that you're on medium heat. Or at least between medium and high. Garlic, 4 cloves. I make a mess, the cleanup crew's gonna not be happy with me. Garlic. Smash. Hold still for me for a minute. I already have most of the paper off it because I shake it in the package just in case if I miss one, you can always fish it out. Now I'm just going to cut the backs on these. Right down the root. Smash. Now I can see that the onions are starting to change color. So it's time to drop in some spices. Cinnamon. Thyme. Oregano. Next is nutmeg. You want to go a little easy with nutmeg? It is strong. And then some basil. You know, basil and oregano isn't all that strong. Basil's pretty mild. And you can hold it in your hand if you want. Go like this. Now, stir this up. It's doing pretty well on medium heat. This takes a few minutes. You want to get your turkey next. Turkey's cooking. I'll double check on it. Make sure it's not getting too hot. Move it around a little bit. It's time to add some oil. You can use vegetable oil, olive oil, peanut oil. With my turkey, I like to use peanut oil. Now that's going to cool the pan off. So it'll take a little bit for it to recover. The turkey is all cooked, so I'm going to add back in the onions and celery that I took out earlier. Stir that up. Now I'm going to add in tomato sauce. And depending on how many people you're cooking for, of course, is going to depend on how much turkey you use and how much tomato sauce you use. You have to kind of do this one by eye based on the meal that you're making. I put in 3/4 of this little can. The way I gauged it was I watched until it looks like it's covered with tomato sauce. Now, I have to let this go for a minute or two. Then I have to put in some water. I can smell the tomato sauce. That's how you know when it's getting to be done. Now I have some water. I'm going to put in some water just to thin it out a little bit. Stir it. I can go ahead and take it off. I can serve some up. And then drop some celery on top. And then go ahead and put on your cheese. And if you do salt and pepper while you're cooking, you can do salt and pepper. I'm going to wait and not put that on at this time. I've added my cheese, and I didn't take time to grade one up for this meal since this is supposed to be a night with a quick meal. But this is what it looks like. It's all done. That's our show for today. Don't forget to click on the subscribe button and click the bell so when we drop a new video, you'll get notified. Goodbye for now.